them
They're
to
winning
stop.
this war, you've said before, and they're going to win this war. And there's nothing anybody's going to do about it. And the U.S. isn't going to get involved. And Europe's not going to get involved because nobody wants to get their hands dirty.
Correct.
And we've all just recently had experiences like Afghanistan. And now we really know. Now, if we hadn't had one of those in 10 or 20 years, we might get some idealists to go in. But even then, they know better.
Correct.
Because it's just not worth it.
If you think about, go back to our conversation about the World Cup. All right? When a soccer match starts, when a football match starts, it's 0-0. Who's winning? Nobody. One team comes in, scores 3 goals. Who's winning? 3-0. The team with 3 goals is winning, right? Russia invaded. They took 74,000 square kilometers or something like that in territory. They're winning. Well, then the other team scores a goal back, and now the score is 3-1. Who's winning? It's really clear in a football match. The team with 3 points is still winning. The other team has 1 point. And even if they get 2 points, the team with 3 points is still winning. We see Ukraine fights back and wins a counteroffensive in the north. That doesn't mean they're winning. Ukraine pushes people back to the Dnipro River in Kherson. They're not winning. They're launching a counterattack. They're winning strategic positions on the field, but that's a long way away from pushing Russian forces completely out of their country and maintaining their own set of governmental leaders. If you look at those outcomes as the definition of winning, I think most people would understand Ukraine is never going to win this.
Never going to win this. All right, so in your mind, this plays out by it slowly just fizzling in the world's attention, and they just say, oh yeah, that's that war zone that we're fatigued now of reading about, and we just don't care, like
Correct.
most war zones, and then it'll just go under their control somehow.
There's other things, there's other factors that weigh into that, right? Yes, the world is going to become less interested. The world's already less interested, right? Zelensky made a very interesting and under-publicized statement right before the counteroffensive in August. August 29th, he came out and he said that he could sense that the commitment from NATO and the West to supporting Ukraine was fading, and that was a big reason why he decided to launch a counteroffensive. He needed to show battlefield victory in order to demonstrate that there was still reason for Western powers to invest in Ukraine. Because what he sees and what he knows that the average person doesn't know, the U.S. does not have access to the rare earth minerals that it needs to create new weapon stores. So it's sending all of its current weapon stores, along with the UK, to Ukraine. But we're not replenishing those stores because the supply chain to make new weapons is actually tied back in China, which has been on a zero tolerance policy for COVID and restricting its manufacturing, restricting the spread of supply chain routes for everything from rare earth minerals to stuff as common as steel. So we can't generate enough weapons to protect our own country. And that supply chain issue is impacting Ukraine. So we can still send them money, we can still send them humanitarian support, but continuing to create, they can't generate their own weapon stores.
Right.
Russia can.
Yeah. So
It's a terrible situation. I'm not a fan that it's happening, but realistically, when I think about what's in the best interest of the United States, what's in the best interest of NATO at different stages in this conflict, the shift away from it being in our best interest to continue supporting Ukraine is very clearly taking place. And politicians and individuals paying 400% more for energy in Germany right now, they're all starting to sense it too.
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.